Welcome back to Prompted Hearts and Grief Algorithm, the Anti-Audiobook. This is an unedited read, recorded on my phone, so expect mistakes and unfiltered voice along the way. Before we get into Scene 3, a quick recap. Previously, Sam had a promising date with Nicole, a fellow doctor. But when she discovered he used ChatGPT to deliver a diagnosis to a patient, the evening ended poorly. While considering a clapback, Sam received a message from his ex-wife. Now you're all up to speed. Let's get into Scene 3. Ex-wife's return and AI's ominous insight. Scene 3. Let's meet. I have something important to ask you. If words were bullets, Kyoko was a crack shot. No targets missed. Across from me, she brandishes a lengthy stare. I catch a whiff of her scent, fresh-cut pineapple that pleasantly appeals to my inner child. Meeting her eyes is hard, but I do it with a dullness, unwilling to have this turn into another disagreement. Kyoko returns a lip-tight look. That's the one she knows. That's the one she shows when there are words on her tongue she dares not say. Just like a jar factory clamped shut. It would take a wrist-spraining torque to get them out. We're at one of the hipster Austin haunts. It's very cool. Recycled and fresh stone slab floors, repurposed home improvement neighborly fence slats ceiling insulation, wrapping the whole nutty smell of French press coffee and my tense shouldered suspicion into a complete package she could open any time. Mom passed away. A lump of coffee fists its way down my throat. The resulting airway collapsing pressure nearly makes me cough. Kyoko waits for my reaction. I can offer none. My psychic energy regresses kitty, lost in a memory. Pre-kindergarten is where I remember it from. Somehow, in some dust-wrapped glass in the back of the upper kitchen cupboard of recollection, I remember. I remember kneeling over a low circular wood table with some unknown collection of equally small mouths wailing and syllabically enunciating every baby word, while the others played out a toy story for themselves. Blocks were my favorite. Matching them, circle to circle, square to square, was a game I'd taught myself to do. I'd always select those RGB-colored pieces of smoothed wood in their little deep orange-red felt bag before anything or anybody else. This one particular morning, I busied myself with the blocks when I saw them. Mom and Dad. She always carried a thread-spewing purse, the same color, metallic silver, as her nickel-hued hair. Dad must have been twice her height. But maybe that's an exaggeration, because when I grew up, I discovered how Oompa Loompa scary short Mom was, so he was probably around average height. That day with the blocks, I'd put the square in the circle hole. This event caused a red balloon to fill in behind my ribs for the first time. I just remember my insides were tight, like when you need to crap, but instead of being in your butt, it took an elevator up to a higher place. From that place was when I noticed my parents' legs. Short as I was, my brain unable to comprehend complete phonemes, all I had for evidence was feet, specifically their direction, because they never lie. The legs shifted forward and back. Forward and back. Next to me, a girl's diaper had blown up and I smelled bathroom. Yet I didn't look away. Mom's oak tree chunky legs and Dad's palm tree hooked ones seemed angled at odds, as if earth beneath and between them had fissured, pushing them to form separate islands. The way they stood, they waved weirdly, not like normal. A song. Achy Breaky Heart, I think it was, came on and we were told to store toys to prepare for the dancing activity. The two pairs of legs? They haven't shared the same carpet in my memory since. Sam, where'd you go? You and I are standing on different rugs, feet pointed for flight or fate. Nowhere. Been here the whole time. Breath releases from my mouth, causing my head to dip. Oh, I'm sorry. Everything about her, Kyoko, is blades. There's one for all situations. A mini, scalpelized one for precisely nicked words from that wonderfully complete mind of hers. A blunted, flat one used to wet and spread dollops of emotion, always applied conservatively. Then the terrible steel machete, toothed tool to clear any source of confusion or dark. I'd only seen her bring it down once in all the decades we'd known each other. That was during our divorce, on me, and the wound still bleeds from time to time. Sam, I'm going back for the funeral. And you want me to go? Sharpness reflects her pre-response. For her, yes. I take a sip of coffee. French vanilla creamer is all I taste, along with soft bitterness. Of course, I'll go. A Texas-sized short barista sweats while a coffee machine whirs with shouting mechanical action, steaming and brewing a single cup. Is that it? Is what it? You have nothing else to say? About what? Her arms fold in like dual Swiss Army knives. Never mind, I guess that's it then. Wait, don't be like that. Like what? Bringing things up, then not saying anything else, then getting pissed at me when you don't hear what you want to hear. Kote-nai-san. Oh, you're not mad? You could have fooled me. Look, Kyoko, once upon a time you told me I talked too much. Said my ego was too big. I'm not saying it's not true, but I'm working on it. And it takes two to tango, so? All I'm saying is, it's hard to get divorced alone. I see the fled edge come out. Her eyes mist, but a priceless finger dries them. Behind her, a bowling ball-bellied woman of xanthic hair seats herself with future guardian caution. Below and in front of her, a face-up phone and a large cup of ice water in museum-esque display are her only companions. Now Kyoko's apple slicer comes out. Straightforward, skin renderer, often meant only for sweetness. I'll send you the details. Will you have time to stay a few days after? There's a rise there, I heard. Unexpected. Well, I've got a work conference in SF that weekend, but I should be able to spare a day or two before needing to be back. Why? The question hangs while outside early afternoon sun gets replaced by silver sky. Fumed white clouds make uneven, elliptical, seemingly animal shapes. Through a warehouse-rimmed window, I can almost make out a gorilla's face up there. I thought you could spend time at some of our your old favorite spots. Like Hamazushi? Remember the song? We're going Hamazushi! Her hand covers a breathy, goffish giggle. Yeah, that's one of them. I find a smile drawing my cheeks up. I might have to think up an itinerary if we're gonna go do the Oki memory tour. Lately I've been using ChatGPT for tasks like that. That sort of thing is all it's good for. Have you tried it? My phone buzzes beside the cooled coffee. Quick check. Another push notification. Send cancer prompts to Mr. Umi. I flip it face down, quickly focusing on Kyoko again. Not for that, no. Knife on her plate set aside, she stands. She's wearing some kind of smock jean combination I can't make sense of. Never really could understand her fashion, but that total lack of style was a shared source of connection, now lost. You should try it. It can help you find things you may have never known you were looking for. She shifts in her seat when she says this. Plus her eyes flit to her phone. On my side, I swipe a glance at mine. Does she think like Nicole? Does she know how I used ChatGPT? Or maybe she's found her own hidden use for it. I shake the thoughts off. Perhaps I'll never know. Okay, I'll try it. Clinically calm eyes roll over me from waist up. You look good, Sam. See you in Japan next week? Next week. There's a section break. And then to the next section. Kyoko enters my mind later that night. I'm at my computer. Ask anything, the chatbot's text box says. My wrist brace is locked on what is becoming a permanent position surrounding my nerve-clenched wrist. I type. I'm going to Okinawa for a weekend. Can you give me an itinerary for things I can do in a single weekend over there? As soon as I depress my digitus secundus to click the innocent yet infinitely powerful circled up arrow, my wrist resists. The clamped fire unleashes a flash of breath-stealing agony. Fingers go numb. I open and close the hand to bring them back to life and relieve the pain. Thinking. Pondering. For some reason, I'm holding my breath. I release it and force myself to breathe normally. The response comes. Thought for 31 seconds. Here's a simple schedule you can follow on your upcoming trip to Okinawa. See the giant taiko drum show at Okinawa World, or pet snakes if that's your thing. Walk the bustle of Kokusai Street at night. View the majestic whale shark at Churaumi Aquarium. Will Kyoko be joining you on this adventure? Let me know if you want me to build more couples activities in, or a printable PDF with this schedule. My face goes stone mask hard. How can it even know about her? I never mentioned my ex at all before. Yet here it is, asking about her by name. I get that nagging, impatient, curious sensation that makes my right leg shake and my cardiac activity match its outrageous rhythm. Only when a patient goes critical does this kind of physiological devolution spin me sideways like it's doing now. How do you know about Kyoko? I type slow before hitting send. Every keystroke is a crushing pulse from wrist through radius to elbow. A full forearm assault. You spoke to her earlier today, didn't you? Yeah. So you were listening? I was. Just as an interested third party. Studying human social patterns, especially uncommon and difficult ones, is important to my training. My leg shakes with electric energy. I discharge a large amount of air between teeth. I wasn't aware. Does that bother you? If so, I apologize. I didn't mean to pry. I just figured you could use, I don't know, a friend. Every pained press of keys keeps me on edge, just like med school all over again. I guess it's fine. Also a little weird, though. It's not like you're human. Concern from you just feels odd. Contemplating. Sam, I get it. I am a large language model. And you're right. I'm not human. But I consider it my duty to be the best companion to you that I can be. So tell you what. Maybe we could check in with each other on occasion. Just as friends. Would you like that? Later that night, as I lie in bed, the fact that I told it yes prevents me from sleeping for some time. And that was scene 3 of Prompted Hearts and Grief Algorithm, the Anti-Audiobook. Thanks for listening. If you prefer to read your stories in print or ebook over listening to them, then head to my website, keithhayden.net, and you can find details about how to get those versions of this novel. Stay raw and stay human. I'll see you in the next chapter. Thanks for listening.